What if I told you that the Bible never condemned prosperity, only attachment? True abundance is born when the heart understands that God is the source, not money. This ancient collection of sacred books, more than any financial manual, contains the map to develop a truly prosperous mind. A mind of abundance, steady, confident, and aware of the source that never runs dry. Most people read the Bible looking for comfort, but those who seek wisdom within it find principles of wealth, growth, and expansion. Because the God who created the universe is not a God of lack. He is a God of multiplication. Think about it. He didn't create one star. He created galaxies. He didn't make one seed. He made forests. He didn't give you just one day. He gave you time, purpose, and creative power. Abundance is in the divine nature. And when we reconnect with that nature, something unlocks within us. The problem is that throughout life, we were taught to believe the opposite. We were taught that wanting to prosper is selfish, that having money is dangerous, that asking for more is ungrateful. And without realizing it, we created a spiritual mindset of scarcity, a mind that limits God's action because it fears being too blessed. But the Bible doesn't condemn prosperity. It condemns attachment, idolatry, and pride. And there is a deep difference between prospering and getting lost in riches. One drifts away from God. The other manifests God in everything it does. Take the example of Solomon. When God offered him anything, he didn't ask for gold or fame. He asked for wisdom, and God's response was clear. Because you have asked for wisdom and not for riches, I will also give you wealth. That's the secret of the abundant mind. When you seek awareness, everything else is added to you. And here comes the first principle: constant gratitude. The mind of scarcity focuses on what's missing. The mind of abundance celebrates what already exists. Gratitude is the language of faith in action. It transforms "I don't have it yet" into "it's already on the way." When you give thanks, you activate the flow of provision. As written in Philippians 4:6, "In everything, give thanks." Gratitude is not an emotion. It's a spiritual decision. It's a gesture that aligns the heart with the vibration of divine abundance. The second principle is faith as a creative force. Hebrews 11:1 says, "Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Notice, faith is not waiting with folded arms. It's acting as if you've already received. An abundant mind doesn't wait for circumstances to improve to believe. It believes, and that's why things improve. What you project with faith, the universe arranges to manifest. It's not magic, it's spiritual coherence. The third principle, intentional generosity. Proverbs 11:25 affirms, "The generous soul will prosper, and whoever refreshes others will be refreshed." Giving is the most powerful act of someone who trusts that God is the source. The generous one never loses, they multiply. Because when you bless someone, you become part of the divine channel, and God always expands the channel that doesn't block the flow. But being generous doesn't mean giving what you lack. It means giving with awareness. It's contributing with love, with purpose, with joy. Those who give out of fear empty themselves. Those who give through faith expand. And that expansion is the very sign of prosperity. The fourth principle is wisdom in management. Proverbs 21:20 teaches, "In the house of the wise are precious treasures and oil, but the fool devours all he has." The Bible speaks about finances with realism. God doesn't waste anything, and He doesn't bless waste. Financial wisdom is practical spirituality. It's knowing how to balance receiving and saving investing, and enjoying. Many people, after 40, realize that the problem isn't a lack of money. It's a lack of understanding of how money truly works. The abundant mind understands that money is a tool, not a master. It serves vision. It doesn't replace faith. And the fifth principle, the deepest one, is purpose and service. Matthew 6:33 reminds us, "Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." When purpose comes before profit, profit becomes a blessing. The abundant mind seeks inner alignment first, and from that alignment builds outward results. Prosperity after 40 requires a more mature faith, because at this stage of life, it's no longer just about accumulating, it's about understanding. You've already been through highs and lows. You've seen promises fulfilled and others fade away, and you realize that the true miracle is keeping your heart confident, even when the numbers don't add up. An abundant mind isn't formed by reading motivational quotes, but by experiencing divine faithfulness in action. It's when you surrender control, yet continue acting with wisdom. It's when you learn to listen more, to wait with patience, to work with faith. The Bible teaches us that every form of scarcity begins in the mind. That's what Jesus meant when he said, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move." The abundant mind can move invisible mountains, the mountains of doubt, fear, and guilt. And if you're restarting financially, perhaps God is simply repositioning you, because sometimes he needs to empty our hands to teach us how to receive in a new way. The same God who multiplied the widow's oil still multiplies your ideas, your opportunities, your strength to work. But for that to happen, the mind must be open. A mind closed by resentment cannot prosper. A mind open to divine wisdom becomes fertile, and everything that is fertile bears fruit. So today, pause for a moment and observe. How is your relationship with money? Do you fear it or honor it as a divine instrument? Do you complain about lack or give thanks for what you have? Do you work only out of necessity or out of purpose? These questions are spiritual keys, because an abundant mind is born from awareness, and awareness grows when you choose to think like someone who trusts, not like someone who doubts. The Bible doesn't ask you to accept poverty. It invites you to cultivate wisdom. Money isn't the problem, it's the mirror. It simply reflects the inner state of your mind. That's why true financial freedom begins within. When you change the way you think, you change your frequency. And when you change your frequency, you change the kind of opportunities you attract. This is the secret of those who prosper sustainably. They understand that the mind is the soil where God plants, and only what finds fertile ground will grow. After 40, you already have the experience for that. It's not about starting from zero. It's about starting from wisdom. Using what you've learned, turning pain into strength, turning faith into action. Because prospering at this stage is an act of spiritual maturity. It's recognizing that God still has plans greater than your fears. Biblical abundance is not accumulation. It's flow. It begins within and overflows outward. You are not called to survive, but to manifest God's love, peace, and fullness in everything you do, including with money. If this video spoke to your heart, like, share, and write in the comments, "I choose to live in God's abundance," and check out our materials on developing a prosperous financial mindset, available in the first pinned comment. See you soon.